Should we even start by saying that the Squid Game, the challenges, or whatever its name is kind of boring? To the point where you kind of even start questioning the real Squid Game and you go like, is this actually a real representation of what your art is all about? Well, let me just tell you that by going through some of those episodes of that new reality TV show called The Squid Game, The Challenges, it's boring. Last night I was watching the couple first episodes. The first one, which is the red light, green light episode. And in just the first one, okay, we start in, they show us all of the people and everybody. But I don't know why, but the show is so over and over dramatic to the point where the stakes are not even the same. In the real one, people actually die just in that first episode and everybody gets shocked, but in here we don't have that shocking experience. Yes, people are not gonna get the money, but nothing is gonna happen to them. And from that first episode, a bunch of them all gets betrayed. A bunch of them lose their shot to actually win all of that money. But still, the way they act and they pretend that they're gonna be dying or whatnot is so over the top, and it is so boring to watch. Like literally, I fell asleep on a bunch of episodes since yesterday night. But I had to keep going to kind of see what kind of show do we have to deal with right now. And even on here, on one of our most trusted websites called Rotten Tomatoes, the Squid Game, the challenges is actually evaluated to 44% on the average tomato and 84% for the average audience score, which is pretty low. And look at here in this article, and don't tell me this is not craziness. So like literally the factor of life and death is completely wiped out and it's all faked. So literally, why are you trying to watch a show where the real principle of life and death is literally being faked? I mean, I get it, you're not gonna kill them, but still, you could have done it a whole other way, or at the same time, you could have saved all of that money to invest towards the real Squid Game and make a season 2 and maybe a season 3 even sooner, because we've been waiting for a couple years now since the first one. I mean, look at this. This is even disgusting. The Squid Game, the challenge player 301. Trey reveals lubricated condoms were used as chopsticks. When players arrived in the dorm after making it through red light, green light, they were given a small bag of toiletry to use throughout filming, including a toothbrush, toothpaste, and hand sanitizer. There were also communal toiletries to use in the bathrooms, but lip balm was not provided, and after a few days, it started to take a toll on contestants. That's when many players started unwrapping the condoms provided on set and using the lubrication on their lips. While Trey himself did not use the condoms, he tried using other items provided by production. That is truly disgusting. All of this show feels wrong, I swear to God. And in this one, it says the reality adaptation was critiqued when it was first announced for seeming to miss the point of the fictional show, which is a criticism of capitalism and the system of inequality that would push people to participate in such a deadly game. The Korean series centers on a mysterious game 456 people willingly participate in for the chance to win 45.6 billion won, but most participants don't know the stakes of the game when they enter. Only one will win the jackpot and all of the other will be killed at some point during heightened versions of children's game. Allegations of multiple injuries and inhuman conditions on set. Squid Game The Challenge was first announced in June 2022, with multiple publications confirming that the show would be filmed in the United Kingdom. Filming began in January 2023, and Squid Game The Challenges almost immediately became embroiled in controversy. At the time, part of the UK were affected by a cold snap which brought ice, snow, and extremely low temperatures to the region. The Sun was the first to publish multiple articles claiming that contestants battled cold weather during the first game of red light, green light. Variety also reported on the alleged injuries some players suffered during the first round. Even though they received hand warmers and thermal underwear, the outlet said that a small number of contestants needed medical care after playing the game, which took place in a former airplane hangar. I mean, seriously, you are running, moving, being stressed. So, I mean, your body must be kind of hot, even though it's kind of cold, and you're still wearing some stuff on you. You're not going fully naked. So I don't get why people are this sensitive to coldness. I mean, it's kind of weird, no? That's suspicious. Netflix responded to their medical treatment claims in a statement to Variety at the time. We care deeply about the health and safety of our cast and crew and invested in all the appropriate safety procedures. While it was very cold on set and participants were prepared for that, any claims of serious injury are untrue. That's what Netflix says. Everything serious is untrue. There's nothing serious. Maybe they had a cold from that day, but hey, who cannot survive from a cold? I mean, come on. And then some of the other contestants that got eliminated says the show is rigged. The streaming giant also pushed back against reports of the game being rigged. Any suggestion that the competition is rigged or claims of serious harm to players are simply untrue. Netflix said in statements to Variety and Rolling Stones. So they say that nothing truly happened. But let's see what the other players said. Players who spoke to Rolling Stones said that some contestants were mic'd up and others were given fake microphones because storylines were predetermined for players with large social media following. One said they saw eliminated player rejoin the game. It really wasn't a game show. It was a TV show and we were basically extras in the TV show. Truly, that's what it felt. There were some characters that had the camera on with full mic and full interviews and speaking about their life, speaking about how they became what they became and how they came to the Squid Game and all of that. But why do we need to know all of that information? Seriously, it's super boring. You're watching a game about life and death. We don't need to watch that what about me and what about me stuff. I mean, come on. And then we got some potential legal claims. No lawsuit has been filed yet, but we have served letters of claim to the show's production for 2 contestants outlining their injury claims, and now we are gathering further evidence before filing court action if necessary. This whole show was a bad idea from the beginning. The Squid Game, the true Squid Game, was able to succeed because it was fictional. It's not in the real world. And when it comes to the real world and you're trying to adapt that same idea, it won't work because people need to believe in that idea, in that fantasy. What can happen if you're in that type of scenario? But if in true life and people literally get shot with a BB gun or I don't know what it is they get shot with, then they survive and they go through with their life like nothing happened, and then maybe they will actually even sue Netflix to get some money out of them. Sounds like a can of worm. And then you move on to the episode 3 with a totally new game that nobody heard of, where you play the war game with the ships and everything, where you try and sink the ships of the other team. It's kind of okay, but it's kind of boring because it's all about trust and you gotta trust the other, and we all know what Squid Game is about. It's about fear. It feels like whenever they end up with too many contestants that still survive from the last test, they do more internal tests in the dorms just so that they can get more people out and keep the nice pace of the real story. And since I noticed that, I'm like, is it truly worth it to actually spend this kind of money on a replica, on making a TV show out of the real show? So yes, the show is good to actually let you discover on what human beings are in a way, but that's the type of every kind of TV show. Well, this was it for me, guys. On my final review about the Squid Game, the challenges, I would tell you there's better shows out there that you can go and watch. Way worth more your time. Netflix should reimburse me on those hours that I spent watching the challenges. Until next time, guys. See ya.